Hi guys. Can you guys hear me clearly? Let me know in the comment section. Hi Puno. Hi Samuel. Hi Kirk. Can you guys see my screen as well? You just give the rest of the attendees a couple more minutes before I start the session. Custom. Can you guys hear me? Hi Kirk. Hi Christina. Hey, just give me a couple more seconds while I set up the webinar. Okay. We'll give the rest of the attendees a couple more minutes before I start today's session on live trading. So today we'll be discussing about some of the setups, or if you guys have any requests, do let me know as well. Okay, just one more second right before I start my session. Okay, let's start today's session. Sorry for the delay because there were some technical issues. So let's start the session official. Can you guys hear and see me clearly actually? Let me know in the comment section. And let me know if you guys can see my typing. Right. Okay, so in today's session, we have a special collaboration with IronFX. Okay, that's great. Okay, thanks for the response. Yeah. Okay, so in today's session, we are partnering with IronFX to go through a live trading session where we share our setups. And if you guys have any requests, do let me know. So I'll be running through some of the major pairs, some of the setups that I have had this morning. Yep. So before I start, a disclaimer: the information in this webinar should not be considered investment advice or an investment recommendation, but instead educational materials only. So if you do want to take a trade, please do your own due diligence, right? Okay. So I am Annabelle and I'll be your host for today. So I am an analyst in Everest Fortune Group, where it runs where Everest Fortune Group runs an award-winning is an award-winning research firm. So we are the finalists for Best FX Research 2019, 2020, and 2021, as well as finalists for Best Equity Research 2020 and 2021. So the agenda for today, I'll be running through, before I start the session official, I'll be running through the IronFX VIP live trading room. If some of you guys haven't heard of it or haven't seen it, then I'll let you guys know where to tune into some of our webinar series, recorded webinar series, if you have missed any of our sessions. So some of them will be live trading, and some of the others will be educational. So if you are keen to learn some of our techniques like a Fibonacci, stochastics, RSI, ATR, etc., you can actually tune into some of our previous webinars because they are all recorded. And then I will start the live trading session today. So feel free to let me know if you have any questions or any comments. I have another page that is open on my left, so I will be able to see it. I'll respond as quickly as I can. Okay, let me just bring you guys to the important pages. So this is the IronFX platform that we are currently looking at. So if you guys are interested in looking at or listening to our past webinars, just click on the webinar right here. I will paste the link for you guys. Okay, so this is the link that you can go to if you are looking at, or if you want to look at any of our past series. So click on English, and then these are all the English sessions that we have had. So there's support resistance, pullbacks, overlaps. There is Fibonacci series, multi-time frame analysis, average moving strategies, trend indicators, top price action setups. There are a lot of educational materials here, as well as our live trading sessions. So if you do want to check it out, that's the page to go to. And then I will bring you guys to the VIP room. So access our VIP trading room. This is a special partnership between IronFX as well as Everest Fortune Group. So on our VIP page, right, there will be exclusive market forecasts, so you can trade and learn with our interactive institutional grade market forecast. We'll be posting some of our analysis on the page itself. I will show you guys later. You can ask our experts because it's an interactive platform where there are interactive charts. So you can ask any questions you have on the markets, or if you have any questions pertaining to any currency pairs, you can reach out to any of us through the VIP portal. So request for market forecast as well. You can let us know, like, for example, if you have a position on USD yen, and then you would like to know, hey Annabelle, or hey Desmond, where do you think the market is headed for USD yen? So you can ask us where is our forecast, and we'll be able to give you a professional guide or advice, right? So you can access our premium services based on what you require. So there are 5 different tailored types depending on how much you have in the account itself. So if you already have or already are a trader or a client of IronFX, these are the amounts that will get you through to different services. Okay. So for example, if you have a 15,000 deposit, you will be categorized under the diamond category. And then you will have the ability to DM our direct message our prop traders and ask questions directly. So we'll have a priority support as well, weekly private 30-minute group call, and free VPS access. So how you're going to sign up or how you're going to check it out is through this VIP room. Let me just give you the link. Okay, this is how you create the account. And let me see if I can bring you to the VIP portal to take a look, yeah? Let me see if I can load it. I'll run through it quickly. Shoot. Give me 1 second. It seems like I don't have it here. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second, yeah, guys. Just let me check if I can pull the IronFX a VIP platform so I can show you guys how it's like, and I can explain through some of the advantages of the platform itself, right? Just give me 1 second. Sure, I can find it because previously I've opened it before, but I think it's shut down. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Okay, let me try one more time. Maybe I could log in. I think someone actually logged out. Yes. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you guys for waiting. So this is the platform itself, right? When you log on, you'll be able to see this depending on what access you have. So this is the section where you will be able to chit chat with our prop traders or any of the analysts. You can come here, you can just ask us, oh, hey, what do you think of Euro USD? It has been on a downtrend for the past few weeks. Where do you see market headed? Okay, we'll be able to reply on the spot as soon as possible. Okay, potential setup is where our analysts or our prop traders, they will come here and let you know which key levels to watch or what are some of the potential setups that we have been monitoring. Okay, news-wise, we'll be updating it. We have updated it very often. Okay, so these are the important news that we have, right? So we'll try to update it on a daily basis. Majors, so we have our DXY, Euro USD, we have our commodities, indices, crypto, your crosses as well. So depending on what you're trading, we have all the pairs here. So if you have something or a currency pair that is not here, do let us know. So for example, how this platform works is DXY. So today I have actually posted one of my analysis here. So what you can see here is that the analysis will actually let you know exactly where my points are. So it won't confuse you, right? Some charts, if I give you a chart like that and I tell you that, hey, price A, price B, but you would not know what my strategy or where my points or how I actually derive at that point. But with this, it's very personalized in the sense that I could highlight the levels and it will know exactly where I'm talking about. Okay, so you could come here, you can say, hi, and I'm looking at maybe price 112.83. Okay, you can highlight this level and then you can link it to one of the levels here, for example, right? So you can link it and then I will know when I hover over, I will know exactly what you're talking about, right? So this is very customized. Okay, so this is how the platform works. Depending on which tier you are at, you'll be able to access a one-on-one, so sort of like a trading advice, right? So I think it's very useful. Do check it out. Okay, so let us start today's session. Any questions? Oh, I cannot see anything on the screen. Does the rest of you see my screen? I'm currently looking at a price chart. Okay, so for Puno, maybe I'm not too sure, but if you are using Zoom, you should be able to log on and see my face or the screen itself. Yeah. Yeah, I think a laptop will be good. right? Hi, Rahim. Okay, let's start today's session. Let me look my charts. If you guys have any requests of any currency pairs, do let me know. If not, I will just run through what I have. Okay. Okay, wait, let me load another chart because these are the charts that I've done in the morning. So usually what we do is we come in the morning and we'll analyze our own charts to know where the market is headed. Okay, never mind, we'll just leave it here. So DXY, let me remove this. Okay. What I like to do is I like to zoom out to my weekly first to see where the market is actually headed right now. So as you can see on a weekly chart, my prices has been on a very strong ascending trend above the Ichimoku cloud. Right, on a very strong ascending trend this way. Okay, prices of the DXY or USD has been moving up. Then we can zoom into our daily to see whether there are any channels that you can draw or any lines, ascending trend line or descending trend line. So you don't have to force it if there is no channel itself, okay? So this looks like quite a nice channel, so I will leave it, right? You can see that prices has been respecting the channel itself, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Okay, now we can zoom into the 4-hour where the reason why I use the multi-time frame is so that you know, smaller time frame allows you to execute your positions, right? If you are trading on a weekly chart, probably you have to hold your positions for a longer time. But if you are trading on a 4-hourly, you could do a swing trade or a daily trade, or if you're a scalper, you probably can zoom into a 15-minute or a 1 hour. So depending on your trading style. So for my DXY, this is the 4-hour chart. Okay, let us draw some lines. I will probably put this as my support level. Okay. My resistance, sorry. This will be my resistance level 1. Okay, let me just draw a couple of lines first before I actually do my analysis on it. So these are just rough gauge. You don't have to worry. I will redefine it later. Okay, I'll draw this as a zone. Okay, let's draw some lines. Right, you can see it forms very nicely. Okay. I will draw my lines first, then I will explain how I actually derive at the levels. Okay, so right now I'm looking at okay, DXY is falling quite rapidly on a 4-hour chart. As you can see here, it's rejecting this level. Okay, the reason why I put my resistance here is because it's the previous swing high, as well as if I project forward from here, 0.1, 2, 3, this is my 61.8. So it's sort of like in sync and in line with, coincides with this level here where my previous swing high is. And if prices were to actually come back here, right, 0.1 to come back up here to test, this will be a key resistance level, right? Then my second resistance is placed here because of projection. This is my 78.6 level. So if it actually breaks this level, prices might come up here, okay, to test around this upper tier of my channel and then my 78.6 Fibonacci projection. Okay, so if it breaks this level, then yes, it will probably fly to this level here. But looks like my prices are not moving up as we expected, but there is a very strong descending or more like a engulfing candle here. We'll see because it's a 4-hour chart. So if price is not moving upward, it might come down here to test my first support. The reason why I actually put my first support here is because this is the previous swing low, right, at this point, as well as my overlapping support. You can see that price actually came here to test many times. Okay, this is slightly an outlier, which I don't really like. So you could actually highlight a zone here instead. Okay, but let's do without first. So price came here to test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then break. So if price come here, this is the overlapping support level. So if it comes here, definitely there will be some resistance at this level. That's why I put my support here. It also sort of coincides with my 78.6 projection level. If I start from 0.1 to 3, projection forward here would be my 78.6. So this is my support 1. Support 2, I will put at this level here because previously 2 times it has tested once, twice, thrice. So if it comes back here, this will be a key support level. It will test again. Okay. Hi, Michael. Hi, those who have just joined. If you have missed some of the past 20 minutes of the session, don't worry because these are all recorded. You can go online or YouTube or IronFX platform to rewatch it. So no worries. Okay, so the setup now we are doing is the DXY. We can see that prices has been on a rise and respecting the ascending channel. But right now, I can see that, price, there's a very large red candle that price is reversing. So it's sort of like rejecting this level that I'm looking at. Okay. Resistance. I think it's rejecting this level. So I'm predicting that, prices might come to my first support to test again before any movement. Okay, so in general, my take on DXY at the moment is that it might go down because it has rejected this price level for the past couple of days, right, from 10 October until now, and it is forming a very red engulfing candlestick here. So if it rejects and it goes down, it means that our USD is weakening, right? Because DXY is reflecting the strength of the DXY. Sandeep, how did you draw the second resistance level? Oh, you mean this one? This level? Okay, I can show you. Let me just remove drawing, okay? So usually I like to plot my lines first because then I will know exactly or a rough gauge of where my resistance or the key support resistance levels are. So I like to roughly gauge where the important points are first. Okay, so these are my support. Give me 1 second. So these are my support level. This is my first resistance, right? So you are asking me how I draw my second resistance. I am using a Fibonacci projection. 0.1, because this is the swing low. 0.2, 0.3. Okay, if you want to know how we actually draw our Fibonacci, you can take a look at our previous Fibonacci series where we'll teach you how to draw all the lines. So for this, if you take a look, this swing high here coincides with my 61.8. And if you look back at my daily chart, right, there is no previous benchmark or previous swing highs or swing low for me to gauge. In this type of situation, what I like to do is to use projection because like the term itself defines it, it's projecting forward because we have no gauge at all. So if you project forward, this is the 78.6 level. That's why there's my second resistance. So this is actually a Fibonacci projection. That's how I project it. We are projecting how far this will go. Okay. Seisan, I can't place a trade on TradingView. So this is just based on our daily analysis, how we think the setup might be. Right. Okay, so let's move on. We can take a look at maybe USD JPY. Okay, also it has been moving on an upward trend for the past few weeks, or I would say months. So what I like to do, go to the weekly chart, take a look. So you know that, hey, price has been on a rise since 2012 up to date, and it has been ascending very rapidly. You can see here on the daily chart, see if you can draw any channels, but if there are no channels to draw, do not force it, because then it will your analysis might not be accurate. Okay, so there are no channels that I can draw here. I will not force it. Then we zoom into the 4 hours. At this rate, let's see. I will usually draw some levels first. Let's go to monthly. Okay, you can see at this level here. So exactly where my point is here, this is the previous swing high, which was in 1998. Okay, and then the next swing high is here, 160 in 1990. Okay, it's quite far back, but these are all the points that will matter. Okay, because we will have to pull back the charts to see where our swing high, swing low prices are. So if I zoom back to the 4-hourly chart, this will be my resistance 1. And if 160 is too far, and if you're executing a trade, don't worry, this is just a gauge. You can actually use a projection if you feel that 147 to 160 is too far. So there's no hard and fast rule that you have to place, exactly at the previous swing high. So based on this, I will just put my first resistance first, because it's more executable and it's closer to where we are trading now. Okay, it has to be executable as well. Not something that is too far-fetched. This is too far, in my opinion. Okay, so based on the 4-hour, that will be my first resistance. Okay, second resistance, I'll do a projection forward, which is, let's try. Let me see if I can draw any projection. Okay, this could be your projection. You could use the 61.8 or 78.6, depending on what is your risk reward ratio. So based on this, I can say that, if there is a breakout on my first resistance, I could do a breakout buy entry here at this level. Breakout buy entry to my 61.8, or if you have a bigger risk appetite, you can go to 78.6. Okay, so it's depending on your risk reward. So this could be my second resistance here. Okay, then my support, definitely it will be here 1. Okay, if you see that it's too far as well, you can move to somewhere that is nearer, meaning to say you can do a projection as well, because I do not have any other benchmark right prior to this. So you could use a swing high or swing low, or this is a previous swing high, right? So this would be a valid point. I'll use this as my support 1, and then this could be my support 2. This is reasonable, right? Let me see if there is a 127 level. Yeah. Okay. So I'll put this level here. So usually at the 127 levels, price tend to reverse. Okay. 127 is a 127.2 is a extension, Fibonacci extension level right here. So I'll just leave this here. So now we can zoom in more to define your chart so that you could potentially take a position. So we know that, prices of our USD, because we're looking at USD JPY. And if USD is going to strengthen further, you know that price of my USD JPY might move up more. Correct? So then in this case, if I think there is a news tonight. Let's see. There's a important news. So usually I like to go to Forex actually to take a look. right? It tells you all the important news. Yep. So this is SGT. So tonight there will be a news at 8:30 p.m. Regarding CPI and its numbers called CPI. So if this is a good or expected news, then probably there might not be much changes. But if it's a surprise, then you have to take a closer look. Okay, so if USD were to go further up and break my first resistance here, my USD JPY might fly to this level. Or if it's very strong, then it might go to my 78.6. So it's depending on what news. But if there's a breakout, it will definitely go up to these levels. Although I'm quite worried because there is a 127.2 extension. So usually prices tend to reverse at this level. Okay. So keep a lookout. If there is a breakout, it will fly to your 149.0 or even your 151. Okay. If it doesn't, then we are looking at, then we're looking at prices coming back down to my first support where my previous swing high was. See, it tested so many times before it broke this level. So it tested once, 2, 3, 4, 5 before it broke. So if it comes back here and break this level, it will definitely test this level first because this is a magnetic zone. It will definitely test this level, and if it breaks, it's gonna go down to my second support because this is where the previous swing low sits. Let's see whether there is any fib levels. Not that great. Yeah, probably about 38.2. So if you look at this fib level, probably on the daily chart, might be cleaner. Yeah. So if you look at the daily chart, this fib level, I did a Fibonacci retracement is at my 38.2, this level. 38.2 Fibonacci retracement. Zoom into 4 hour. Yeah, this is the level that you might come back to test for my second support. Sisan, would you advise going short at 147.743 for USD JPY? 147, that's very specific. 147.743. Let me drop, wait, give me a second. 7, You mean at my 127.2 Fibonacci extension? Is that how, I don't understand how you derive at the 147.743 unless you're telling me it's at the previous swing high. Is that, yes. Personally, if you were to trade reversals, I think that would be a very strong point of reversal. If once my price, this is just based on my own opinion. So what I like to do is if there is a few points or a few coincidence, because this is my previous swing high, right? 147.7 is my previous swing high. And it's also my 127.2 fib retracement, right? From here to here, if you can see. 147. Okay, let's say it's about here. Okay, so based on this fib retracement, right? Okay, for example, okay, 147.743. So this is the previous swing high, which is also somewhat near my 127.2, right? It's probably like just a couple pips away. I would actually do a reverse trade here once it moves up this level. So once it touches probably around this zone here, once it touches this zone here, I might do a short, and then you can just place a small stop loss, right? If you're playing just this reversal here, can put a small stop loss probably like at 141.4. And if it works, then your risk to reward is very high. So for example, if it comes to this level here and then touch this zone and it reverses, your stop loss is just this area here. Oops, my handwriting. Stop loss here. Your take profit should be at your 100, around your 100% or slightly before. About this level here. Maybe I'll put it here, depending on risk to reward of your own choice. Yeah. So in my opinion, if it aligns with my 127.2 and my previous swing high, yes, I would take a reversal trade, because to me, personally, my stop loss is actually relatively small to my take profit. So risk to reward could be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yep. Yep. But do your own due diligence. That's my own opinion. Okay. All right. Let's move on to, okay, can take a look at GBP. Okay, same thing. Go to the weekly chart. Okay, see whether where the price is headed, right, in a general direction. So you can see that price has been creating lower highs and lower lows. So obviously the trend is downward. Okay. On a daily, can try to see whether you can draw any channels. But don't force it, like I've mentioned, because it won't. Yeah. So there's a breakout already. I wouldn't draw this. Okay. But you know that in general, prices are on a downward trend. You could draw a trend line, because it's just a rough gauge, you know. Okay. Yeah. I'll probably do this. Can dot it. Yeah. Then move on to my 4 hours. Okay, let's look for some levels very nicely here. Support 1. Oh, okay, and my 50%. And then the next one I'll put here, because this is where all the price were trying to break, but it failed. Support 2, 50 and 78. Okay, support 1, support 2. Now we are trying to see where our resistance is, probably at this swing high here, which is my overlapping resistance. Then you can do a projection forward to see where my second resistance might be. Okay, swing here or here. Okay, it's not that great, but okay, I think here will do. You could actually put it at a previous swing high as well. Okay. Let me see. I think I'll put here. Okay, I think I'll put at this level here, because this is a zone. Okay, ignore the projection. It's not in sync. Okay, anyways. This will be my second resistance. Now let's zoom in. So as you can see, my prices are kind of like breaking into, or it seems like it's moving in an ascending manner at this area, right? So it failed to break my first support at 50% retracement. So prices are actually moving up. If it breaks my Ichimoku, then there can be a confirmation that it might be a bullish momentum to bring it to my first resistance at this level. The reason why I picked this level here is because this is the level that my price, there's a lot of a magnetic zone where my prices came here to test many times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one is sort of like an outlier, but it is still attracted to this area many times. 4, 5. So if price were to come here, this will definitely be a test zone. So this is the magnetic area where I put my resistance. So price seemed to be like it's coming up this way. So if it breaks this level, we can confirm a bullish momentum to bring it to our second resistance, where my previous swing high as well as my overlap resistance. So price came here test 1, 2, 3, fall. That's why I put my second resistance here instead of using the projection. Okay. Now, if my price actually come back down and test my support again at my 50%, price then will break. If price break here, I can confirm a bullish momentum to bring my prices back to my 78.6 second support where it came here to test. Right, price came to test here twice. Okay. Okay, Puno, can you give me an example on XAU USD also later? Yeah, sure. After this, I could do the XAU. In today's session, we'll end slightly early because we have another session that is going on. So probably XAU USD will be my last FX pair. Okay. So let me repeat this one last time. Okay, since the GBP USD has been on a decline, you could actually trade with the flow, meaning to short it if there's any chances here, because this is the magnetic zone. So how it works is that, let me erase all my drawings. I'm too lazy to redraw. Okay, so what I'm saying is if you want to trade with the flow, because GBP USD has been on decline, right? You don't want to go against the flow. You can wait for the prices to come up to this level to test while you take a reverse position here. You can take a short if it comes to this level. What I mean is that this resistance level is drawn here because prices has came here to test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So this is definitely a key resistance area or a magnetic zone where prices like to come here to test. So if price actually come here, there will definitely be a resistance here, right? Unless there is a big news that is coming out that GBP will fly all the way up, then you can't take any trade. But if it's just a normal day or another day, then price might come here to test. Hence, you can or might consider to take a reverse position here, just a small one. So you can put your stop loss probably above it for some buffer, take a short to stop maybe at this level, depending on your risk to reward, or whichever method you use. You could use the Fibonacci, you could use your RSI, or you can use stochastic Ichimoku, whatever it is. Your risk to reward should be good because this will definitely be a resistance zone here. Okay, so you could do a short position here, given that, you know, my GBP USD is on a decline. I have a very strong resistance here. I want to trade with the flow. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to our last currency pair. XAUSD. Sing dollar, no. Fingers. Okay, right. So usually for gold, it's the opposite of my DXY, right? Okay, so look at gold. So zoom out weekly. Okay, weekly, you can see that this is quite a clear double top. And price looks like it's forming a double top because it broke my neck area. So it looks like it's coming downward. Daily, let's see whether I can draw any channels. If there's no channel, don't have to force it, but this looks like an acceptable channel that I will draw. Okay, price has been respecting my Ichimoku and my downward channel. So I'm straight descending channel here, creating lower highs and lower lows. So usually price will actually, based on this, it should come down to this level at least, creating a lower low. Okay, price action. But with that, let's zoom into the 4-hour. Okay. Oops. Okay, so at this rate, I am looking at this being my resistance level here. Resistance 1. And my support, you can actually put it here. Okay, if it's too far, you can actually put it somewhere here. Okay, let's just put it here first. I'll define it later. Okay, now let's draw some fib levels. $61. It's not that great. Okay, let's do some projection. Okay, so my first resistance, 61.8. You can draw your second resistance here at your 78.6, or you could actually play it to the previous swing high as well. Okay. Second resistance. Okay. So this is how I draw it. Let me try to draw this. Okay, anyways. Okay, so now let's zoom in. Okay, the reason why I put my first resistance here is because this is a swing high, has one, two, many times. So this is a overlapping resistance. So prices will definitely come here to test. It also sits with my 61.8 projection level. Okay. I think, wait, give me 1 second. Yeah, it sits at my 61.8 projection, meaning 1, 2, 3 project forward. This is my 61.8. So it coincides with 61.8 projection and my overlapping resistance. So prices, if it were to come up here, it will definitely test at this level. But my prices are currently here. So what I'm looking at, actually, this should be my first resistance. This should be my second resistance. Oops. No, this. Okay. This is first support and then second. Okay. Let me redefine it. Okay, this is clearer. So my prices are actually trading here. So if price were to move up, break this Ichimoku and move to my first resistance, it will definitely test at this level because 1, 2, break, come back, it will test here. This is my overlapping resistance 1. If it breaks this level, it will definitely test at my second resistance, which was my previous swing high. This is a definite resistance area. There is too many points that it is a key resistance area. So if it actually breaks here and comes to this level, you could play a reverse, a short position at this area here. Okay. So if price, it seems like it's ranging a little bit here, but for the past few days, but if price were to come back to the support level, it will test at my 61.8% retracement. So this is a 61.8 retracement level, as well as my overlapping support, right? You can see that prices actually come here to test many times, but it failed to break. So if it break this level, it will confirm my bearish momentum to bring my prices back down to my previous low, which is 1613, as well as my 61.8 projection from here. 1, 2, 3 project forward here. So my gauge is that if it's still respecting my descending channel itself, price should actually come back to probably around this area because it has to create a lower low, create another lower low. Okay, probably around this area should come to this level before it bounces up, right? But based on the DXY, okay, prices seem to be slightly ranging. I'm trying to use correlation to relate my XAU as well as my USD pair. So price seems to be ranging at this level. So we are waiting for major news probably tonight to bring this either up or down. right? We're waiting for some news to impact the prices or make it move before I can correlate. But looks like it might be going on the upside, I guess. Okay, then if you look at gold, if price of DXY go up, my gold should be going downwards. Okay. So for Uno, how do you confirm with the news if you go up down? If you go to Forex Factory, there will be a lot of news. So those in the red folders are the important news. If you do not know what they're talking about, there is this folder on the where I'm hovering over. Click on it and you can read a synopsis on it, like the details on how it will affect the currency pairs. It might not 100% move the markets, but usually people tend to trade with this type of news. Okay, so if you look at it, CPI numbers means consumer price index. What it does is that it measures the change in prices of goods and services purchased by consumer. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So usually they will put here, the forecast is 0.2, but if my CPI numbers come out to be 0.4, which is better, means that the USD is strong. So it will affect my currency pairs. So this little news might or might not affect the market rapidly or in a very exponential manner, but these are the things that will affect currency pairs slightly. Okay, and usually people sit out of these time zones when they're gonna announce news, because you do not know whether it's moving up or down. So usually for non-experienced traders or technical traders, they might sit out in this session or the time when they're gonna announce. Okay, because it's very dangerous. It might just close out all your positions. Okay, so I've come to the end of the session. You're welcome. So I've come to the end of the sessions, running through a couple of my setups of my currency pairs. I hope it's useful, and I hope you have learned as much as I did. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next session. Thank you.